Yes.
What up, Chicago?
Yeah, we are back to the Wake Up Win Morning Show. You already know. Big shouts out to Team John Hill. Man, spitting that knowledge on us. Just a good guy to know, to talk to. Just a great individual. Just always positive. So I want to give him a big shout out. Thank you for stopping by the Wake Up Win Show. But before we get out of here, we actually have another guest. Homie, why don't you introduce him?
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening or watching, get ready for Mimi Legrand. She is straight out of Chicago. We recently met on the TV set. And we're ready to debut some new news from this artist.
Hey.
Hey, Grand Rising.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you? I'm actually in Vegas right now. It's lit.
Awesome.
Okay. What you doing in Vegas?
I'm down here for business and a little bit of pleasure. I have a video shoot and a photo shoot tomorrow, and I also have a radio interview down here as well.
Oh, okay. Mimi Legrand is out here working.
Yes, honey. I need to touch $1 million.
Awesome. Well, Mimi, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. There's a little delay, I'm sure. But
I wasn't going to say nothing. But
yeah. It's probably the mic you do. But anyway, could you please tell our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Hi, everybody. First and foremost, I'm always screaming positive vibes only. My name is Mimi Legrand, that chick going ham. Mimi Legrand is French for Mimi the Great because, well, let's face it, I believe I'm awesome. I'm a Chicago artist. You hear my friend, period. I'm a Chicago artist. I primarily do hip hop, but I like to dib and dab a little in pop music as well. I also offer ghostwriting services for any artist that, finds themselves dealing with writer's block. And I host events as well. I also have a blog. So I'm what's that word I'm looking for? A jack of all trades or a queen of all trades. I don't know if that works.
Yes, queen. Definitely the queen of all trades.
Maybe what's been your most memorable experience as an artist?
Okay, cool. Because for a second it said I was muted. I was like, you said my most memorable experience?
Yes.
I would probably have to say my most memorable experience is when I performed in New York. I was at this bar in Manhattan, and when I first started performing, I don't know if it's the way I speak or my mannerisms, but everybody was kind of looking at each other like, who is this? And so it was kind of awkward. I didn't feel the love that I usually feel when I get on stage, but by the time I was done with my set, not only did I have strangers singing my chorus, but the encore was like ridiculous. So for me, that was just a reminder that it doesn't matter how things start. All that matters is how it finishes. So even when I go to a performance, if the audience seems kind of dry, I just feel like that's my chance to wake them up and wet them up a little bit.
Oh,
absolutely. So speaking of, these many experiences that you've had as an artist and, just like how you said, like you didn't receive love like you felt you should have, and it was different, but at the end you still overcame that. What do you think has been one of the most difficult hurdles for you to overcome in your career as an artist so far?
I think the most difficult hurdle for me to overcome is accepting the fact that this industry is really grimy. I'm a nice person and I try to do right by people, but that's not always going to be the case, especially in a competitive environment such as the music industry. So, I used to take a lot of things personal, like when people would do things that I would never do to them, whether it's, steal my music or not return music I recorded, or, basically backdoor me on opportunities that had my name on them. I used to really take that personal, but over time I've learned to realize that one, your integrity will outlive any lie or any rumor. And two, as long as you have a positive attitude and mindset, in the end, things will work out. A lot of times I thought I missed out on things only to have a better and bigger opportunity present itself in its place. So yeah, my biggest hurdle was basically, not taking things so personal and still staying positive even when things seem to be really negative.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally understand that. And the way things are, they have positives and they have negatives. How do you feel about the internet and how it's impacted your career directly?
Well, the internet has really made it easy for me to expand. I'm a very outgoing person, so I have no problem personally networking. But I'm just one person, so except with an exception of traveling, there's so many people I can interact with. But with the internet, you could just slide in people's DMs like, "Hey, how you doing?" And hit people up and share your links and things of that nature. So I feel like the internet has enabled me to build relationships with people from all over the world, as opposed to if there was no internet, it was just word of mouth.
Absolutely. That's how you do it. Word of mouth, because it's like that was the thing, before the internet was so like big and you didn't have to plug in your dial up to get on the internet. It's like the word of mouth was the way to do it to begin with. So you're doing the right things.
Thank you, my love.
Oh, no problem.
Homie, you got
anything? Of course, Mimi. I know last year was a trying year for all of us. 2020 had us questioning a lot of things and really forced us to think outside the box. Could you give us and the viewers and the listeners one example of something you had to change to accommodate the virus?
Well, every year for the last 4 years, I've gone on a tour in the summertime. Last year was the first year that I wasn't able to tour. So what I did to make up for that missed opportunity is I just started dedicating more time to music. So originally I only had one complete project, and then I was trying to figure out what was going to come next. But because of COVID and my inability to, travel and do open mics and stuff that I typically would be doing over the summer, I just used that energy to make more music. So I started the year off with the goal of just having one EP. And by the end of 2020, I had 2 complete EPs, and I'm halfway through with my first album. So I just, reallocated the time. Like maybe it's not as fun and exciting as I would prefer, but at least now I have work to put out when the world opens back up.
Exactly. There you go.
That's great. That sounds amazing. So it's almost like you took a situation, made the best of it, and not only that, but let the viewers and listeners know what can we expect from Mimi in 2021.
So what you can expect is the unexpected. The title of my project is Split Personality for a reason. I'm pretty much all over the place. One song might be fun and bubbly and pop, and then the next song might be like, I'll beat you up type music. Just, your best bet is to not expect anything. Just accept good music. You can expect that for sure.
Dope. Well, I gave them the analogy last time that you reminded me of kind of like Missy Elliott, which is a good thing.
It is.
Of course, Missy Elliott is the queen, the GOAT. Okay.
And I love her for the fact that she doesn't care. Like the way she switches her flow, the way like she has so much personality in her music. Like I love it. Her and Nicki Minaj, like they don't just like go by the books or try to just put out the same type of music as most female artists. Like they just have their own sense of creativity, and it's definitely an inspiration.
Dope.
I think you're an inspiration to anybody listening or anybody that's up and coming. So here's my last question for you, Mimi. What bit of advice can you give any up and coming artists?
As much as you love music and as much as you may think that you just want to dive in, my advice to you would be to do your due diligence and make sure you learn the business. For several years, I was just putting out music that wasn't copywritten, that wasn't properly registered. I wasn't accumulating my royalties, so I was doing a lot of work and not seeing the benefits of it until 3 years later. So as much as you love your music, make it, of course, but make sure you learn the business and protect yourself and protect your intellectual property.
Dope.
Yeah, that's solid. That's great advice. Do you guys have any more questions for her?
No, but Mimi, where can they find you at?
Sure, you guys can visit me at mimilegrand.com. That's MIMILEGRAND.com. And you can also find me on all major platforms under the same name, Mimi Legrand. Yeah.
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 You heard it from Miss Lush herself, Mimi Legrand, here on the Wake Up Win Morning Show. We appreciate you coming on the show, and we look forward to working with you more.
I'm excited too. Thank you again for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mimi. Have a good safe trip.
Turn up in Vegas. Have a great day and another radio interview, and finish your business and do your pleasure too, girl.
I'm gonna bring you guys back souvenirs.
There you go. Thank you.
Bye. Talk to you later.
Mimi Legrand, Doing big things. She's actually real
Yes,
talented.
I
We
know.
got to meet her at Urban Grind TV, and she's doing big things. Like I said, be on the lookout for Mimi LeGrand. Watch out.
Okay.
It's the Wake Up
Period.
Morning Show.
Energy. Big energy today, right, guys? Both of our guests. I know
Pure
we're all
energy.
remote.
Yeah.
Pure energy, great content. And if you guys like our content, be sure to subscribe. If you lasted through the video this long, hit the like button, save it, share it. And we're here for you guys. It's the Wake Up and Win Show, Mondays and Wednesdays.
We out. We'll see you guys Monday. Peace.
Peace.
Pieces.
Pieces.
Dun, 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 dun.